Hey love, welcome back to my channel. So grateful that you're here with me today, and thank you for clicking on this video. Today we are talking about whether or not you feel the need to prove yourself. And I'm really excited about this because this is very, very deeply connected with the overworking cycles that we're in, the hustle cycle that you're potentially in, or the burnout cycle that you're finding yourself in. This proving video is going to be such a huge shift for you. So thank you so much for being here. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button below, join this beautiful community on our channel here, like this video. If you like this video at the end, share it with someone that you love, and make sure you let me know what your biggest takeaway was in the comments. Also, I would absolutely love to see you and invite you to our monthly free event. This is the Feminine First Workshop, where we go and dive into all things feminine energy, moving out of this masculine hustle, toxic burnout culture that we've been taught to show up in and work in, and how can we start to move into receiving, flowing, productivity that feels really easeful, getting shit done without this stress, this struggle, this neediness. This is such a fun event. We do this every single month. The community of women that have come together through this event is absolutely beautiful. So it is part workshop, part women's circle. We have a different theme topic every single month. So you can click the link below to check out what it is for this month and to sign up. All right. You can also check out in the description below my 2 signature courses. You can get on the wait list for both. And if you join us for the Feminine First Workshop, you get a little bonus for one of those signature courses. Okay, let's dive in. Proving energy. Are you proving yourself? Are you doing the most at your job, in your business, to show up, to prove that you've got this, to prove that you know, to prove that you have the knowledge, that education, the ability to do this job, to show up, to thrive? Okay. In theory, all of these things sound pretty good, right? You're like, I do want to show up. I do want to show that I care. I do want to do my best. I do want to own the fact that I'm doing this work, right? And so there's like a little bit of a tricky tightrope that we're walking here. When we talk about overworking, the reason that proving energy is so deeply tied to this is because we tend to feel like, oh, I need to do more, right? Let's just even like throw away overworking for a minute and just take up your to-do list. How often do you write out your to-do list and you're like, oh, but I need to do this thing too, and I need to do this thing as well? I would love to know if there's ever been a day where you've said, okay, what if I just wrote like 5 things on the to-do list? How would it actually feel to write only 5 things on your to-do list? Maybe you've done it. Maybe you're like, you are fucking crazy. That is never going to be a thing for me, which is also totally fine. But I want you to just think about, what would it feel like if I did this thing? Because I'm going to bet with you that if you did that, there's going to be a part of you that thinks, well, what else can I do? What more can I do so that I feel like I've achieved more? 5 things just doesn't feel like it's enough. Does that make sense? Is that resonating with you right now? Are you like, yeah, I hear you, I see you? This is where the proving energy kind of starts to trickle through. So when it comes to this bigger theme and bigger experience and cycle that we then find ourselves in, where you are overworking, where you are doing the most, where your to-do list is freaking miles long, where you're feeling overwhelmed, where you're feeling like you're constantly playing catch up, where you're feeling low on energy, where you feel like you don't have enough time to actually get it all done. What actually is happening is you are filling up the time that you have and some, okay? Because it's coming from this proving energy. And again, I'm willing to bet that if you had more time, you would probably just fill it up with more stuff to do, right? It has nothing to do with this actual amount of time that you have, but all about the mindsets that you have about how much work you believe you need to do and what that ratio is to the amount of time that you have, right? So if you have your 8-hour workday, it's like, how much can I fit in this 8-hour workday? Maybe if you're self-employed, you're thinking, okay, 9 to 5, that's the cycle that I'm in. So if you choose to start a new cycle and you're like, I would love to end work at 3:30, again, until we reprogram that belief that I have to work 9 to 5 because that's what's expected of me, otherwise I'm not good enough, or I'm not doing enough, or I'm not showing that I care enough, we're going to continue to perpetuate the same cycle, even if on the conscious level, we're like, I really want to stop working at 3:34. Does that make sense? So the point here is that there's a lot of things that are happening beneath the surface when it comes to your overworking. And again, one of these things is this proving energy. So let's really dive into what that looks like. Where this tends to come from is a feeling or a belief. And again, most of us have this. I see this all the time. I personally experience this as well, but it tends to come from a childhood experience. Again, this could be family, this could be teachers, this could be friends, this could be another school situation, an after school activity, a sport, where you felt like I wasn't doing enough, I wasn't good enough, and therefore I had to do more, I had to work harder in order to prove that I was good enough, in order to prove that I did care enough, in order to prove that I was smart enough, right? Like, what were those scenarios that were playing out for you when you were growing up? How did you feel like you weren't good enough? Where did you feel like you had to try harder in order to prove that you were good enough? Okay. So the problem comes down to this, because of course, if proving energy was great, I wouldn't be sitting here doing a video about it, right? The problem with proving energy, one, obviously, is that it perpetuates the cycle of overworking. But more specifically, what it does is it puts you in an energy of lack, right? You're in an energy of lack because you feel like you're not good enough, because you believe that you are missing something. And therefore, you need to work harder and overcompensate in order to feel like you measure up. Does that make sense? And when we talk about receiving and creating bigger and better results and success from leading with the feminine, we cannot show up from a place of lack. We have to be practicing showing up in an energy of abundance. And what that means is you show up with the knowledge of, I am already good enough. I am already complete. I am already incredibly smart and wise and clever. I am already totally capable and so good at my job. I don't need to do anything extra in order to prove that. I simply get to show up exactly as I am. How does that feel? Feels pretty good, right? The reason we want to approach it this way is because when we talk about receiving success, when we talk about you attracting bigger results into your life, we go with the theory, the energy theory of like attracts like. This is actually a science. The energy that you're showing up in is going to magnetize the same energy to you, okay? So if you're showing up in this energy of, I'm not good enough, I need to do more, it's never enough, I need to prove myself, that is going to be the experience that you're going to have. That's going to be the result that you're getting back. You're going to constantly continue to feel like you're falling short. You're going to continue to feel like you're not doing enough. You're going to continue to feel like you're not good enough, smart enough, wise enough, whatever it is. What we want to do instead, again, is attract this feeling of, okay, I am doing enough. I am already whole. I am already smart enough. I am incredibly capable of this. Because when you show up and work from that space, those are the results that you get. And if you think about the end result that you're currently working towards, the goal that you want, the outcome that you want to achieve, whether it's in your life, your personal goals with health, your business, family, relationships, career, whatever your goal is, I'm willing to bet that at that end result, if you can tap into what that would feel like right now, what that vision looks like, you don't feel that lack. You don't feel like you don't measure up. You do truly feel like, yes, I've made it. I am good enough. I am capable. So that's why we want to shift out of this proving energy and come into this place of being in abundance, of showing up to work in your feminine. And that's exactly what we talk about in the Feminine First workshop. It's what I teach my VIP clients and what I talk about in my 2 signature courses. So I'm going to leave you with that. Let me know in the comments below, have you ever felt this proving energy? I know that I have, and I know that it ruined one of my first launches that I ever did because I was doing the absolute fucking most. So let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your stories and then your biggest takeaway, and I will see you here next time.